Our next guest is new to Market Kitchen and is bringing a new chapter of food to Ireland. He's trained at Ireland's first Michelin-starred restaurant, Roscoff's, and then in London with chefs John Burton Race and Tom Atkins. He's since returned to Dublin, where he's head chef at Mint Restaurant. Welcome. Lovely to have you on, Dylan. Now, what are you going to cook for us?
I'm going to do some caramelised chicory,
Yeah.
some blood orange, some black grapes, some coriander.
Lovely. So what are the ingredients in here?
All right, we have some baby endive,
Yeah.
some chicory, some blood oranges, which are in season now, some black grapes, some coriander seeds, some fresh tarragon and dill.
Fantastic. Okay, so what's the
And
first
John
thing?
Dory, of course.
Of course, that's what John Dory. What's the first thing?
Okay, so I'm going to get the chicory on, so if you can see that.
Now, this has been buttered, the pan, and you put it in the fridge as well?
Yeah, well, I mean, the reason being is I want it to be sort of room temperature. I don't want the butter to be melted.
Yeah.
Just so, what I'm going to do is, I'll show you now, I'm going to put a little bit of chicory, so it's nearly like the butter is a layer between the pan and the sugar.
Okay. And this is good for good caramelisation, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Well, the butter has to melt first, and then it's just going to slow the whole thing up.
Lovely.
So you put it like that. Okay.
Now, is this a restaurant dish you have, this one?
I don't do this particular dish at the restaurant. I've only got a couple of minutes, so I have to do something quick, but I do a variation of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that goes on.
So that goes on there. And we want to cook that really slowly, so that's on a low heat, so that by the same time that it caramelises as the chicory cooks at the back.
So you don't want it burning, that's why the low heat.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
nice,
So it's got to be on nice and slow. So with the cartouche and the steam that comes out of the endive naturally,
Okay.
it should cook at the same point. I want to get the fish on.
Lovely, lovely.
Okay.
And John Dory, I mean, you're obviously a fan of John Dory. It's
I
a
love
great
John
fish,
Dory,
isn't
yes,
it?
fantastic. It's one of these dishes I think is very versatile. It can take sweetness,
Yeah.
you know, much more so than some of the other ones. And this is quite a sweet, sour sort of dish.
Okay, so oil in there, hot
A
pan,
little bit of olive oil.
season the fish, which
Yeah, well, I'm just going to use salt now. I'm not going to put pepper because that will interfere with the dish. That won't work. Fish goes in.
lovely.
Nice and hot.
I mean, so you work with some of the great chefs, haven't you? I mean, John Burton Race is fantastic. And did you learn a lot from him?
Yeah, I learned an awful lot. I mean, when I first arrived over in England, I came from Ireland and there wasn't a lot going on. Now, I have some poached grapes.
Okay, so these are grapes poached in.
It poached in a little bit of orange juice, a little bit of coriander seeds, some fresh tarragon and some zest, if you can see that.
Okay, so nice and sharp
yeah.
and acidic.
So
like
poach them with the skins on them and then cut them in half afterwards.
that. Okay.
I have some reduced juice. So that's blood orange juice, reduced down to a syrup. It gets a bit heavy now, I'm not going to put too much.
Okay. And I mean, the restaurant scene in Ireland, in Dublin especially, is thriving at the moment, isn't it? It's an absolute sort of...
Oh yeah, I mean, food has come on so much in Ireland.
Really?
Yeah, like any part of the world, like even the way when the economics improve, I mean, people have more choice, so I think that's what's happened in Ireland.
Plus, you have some of the most fantastic produce in the world there,
I
don't
need
you?
to slow this down a little bit. I'll put a little bit of butter in here
Okay.
before I turn the fish. I'm building the sauce at the same time. There's enough heat in that pan really to cook that. Sauce is on. Now what I'm doing here is I'm adding some blood orange segments as well as a little bit of fresh zest, which has been blanched. Get that in now.
And how would you describe your sort of style of food at Mint? Is it sort of, you know, Tom Atkins and John Burton Race, but it's very much modern European,
mean,
is
all
it?
chefs are influenced by the people that they work for,
Yeah.
you know, but I mean it's very important that you find your own style and you find something unique that's yours. That takes a bit of time.
And you say it's sort of modern, you know, sort
Yeah,
of
it's
very,
definitely modern. So I'm going to add some herbs into that.
Okay,
A bit of tarragon and dill. The chicory, if you can see that.
okay.
I have some other stuff here.
Lovely, so this has taken basically, what, 20 minutes, half an hour?
I'd say about 15 minutes.
Okay, so that's it. Lovely caramelised chicory there.
What you're going to do is you're going to use a little bit of fresh blood orange and the whole thing up. I'll take a little bit of sugar. And it will take some fresh lemon as well.
So you have that sort of sweetness, the sourness, it's that sort of agrodolce thing, isn't it?
And then a little bit of olive oil just to split the sauce. It becomes like a warm dressing nearly.
Okay. And also, you know Rachel Allen, don't you?
Rachel, yeah,
Great
Rachel's cool,
lady.
yeah, she's very cool.
Has she been in the restaurant a lot?
Yeah, she's been in a few times. And I always meet her up in Ireland at these different food festivals and different things like that.
What have we got here? What's this?
It's coriander cress. So this is it's like coriander grown as a small micro herb. So it adds a little bit of natural heat to it. It's really nice. Just season that, put it on there.
Brilliant. Wonderful. And there we have
So that's John Dory with chicory, blood orange, grapes and coriander cress.
Thanks. To make Dylan's seasonal signature dish, you'll need John Dory from your fishmonger. Pick up some baby chicory, blood oranges, black grapes, a lemon, dill, tarragon and coriander cress from your greengrocer. Make sure you have coriander seeds, caster sugar and olive oil in your store cupboard. Lastly, make sure you have salted butter in the fridge. OK, so Dylan, we've got the wine first of all before we go into tasting. Now this is the Franz Haas Traminer, Aromatico Alto di Gesù, Italian. Why did you choose this one?
It's quite a dry wine, but it's got a lot of fruit. It's very good with sort of like grapefruit, orange.
Stunning,
it's got a lot of acidity.
That's lovely. What do you reckon, Paul?
I love it. So many classic flavours. Orange and the chicory goes so well, and the coriander and orange go well. And I'm thinking, for us guys in gastropubs, probably do that with skate and save a few quid. You know, a similar sort of thing.
What do you reckon, Matt?
I think it's delicious. I like the sweetness of the fish and the sort of sourness of the fruit and what have you. No, it's absolutely
fresh.
Looked
It is
amazing.
very fresh.
Before we destroyed it, it looked
We love your wine as
visually amazing.
I mean, that's what it is. It's the freshness
wine.
of it. It zings through your mouth. And that little bit of coriander at the end. The coriander, it's pure and lovely. Absolutely.
Good job.
Dylan, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
I thought it was absolutely delicious. I really loved having the orange as an alternative to lemon, which might have been more traditional pairing with fish. And I think I'll definitely try it at home, yeah.
I like the way the orange hit the back of the tongue. It's a bitterness which was great, and I also enjoyed the chicory, which I've never tried before. I'll definitely be making it at home.
All recipes are available at uktvfood.co.uk. Still to come, find out if Matt Tebbutt is smarter than a teenager as he's challenged by 3 of the youngest and brightest stars in the food world. Don't miss it. We all know.